Hi guys, it's your girl Lola Loves You, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm making up my own theme, and the theme of this week is Diva Week. So I'm going to have a lot of videos about Whitney Houston and divas. And starting this off, we're going to have Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. And the title of this video is Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey When You Believe in the Hype. Well, Mariah Carey came out in 1990. During this time, Whitney Houston was kind of struggling with the urban sector of music, trying to find out who she really was as an artist, and being African American, and feeling like she was singing too much pop, and wanted to try to change her image, give her a little more edge to her image. So she was really, not saying struggling, but she was really grasping at fashions, types of music she was singing, just her musical identity. I feel as though she was really kind of becoming unraveled. She didn't really know what she wanted to do, but she should have just stayed true to herself. But anyway, she still was making great music, but she still wasn't like during this time. This was I'm Your Baby Tonight album, and in my opinion, she was just all over the place with that album, trying to be, urban, and she should have just stayed true to herself. But anyway, Mariah Carey comes out, and this is a brand new girl, a mixed girl, allegedly. Um, a girl could sing. I ain't gonna lie, Mariah Carey could sing. She really, really my type of. I really wouldn't say I wasn't a. I knew who Mariah Carey was. I knew she was beautiful, and I knew she could sing, but I love Whitney Houston. I didn't see. I'm not gonna say I didn't see it from Mariah Carey. I was just like, okay, she good. She in her lane, and I love Whitney Houston. But when back then you didn't have social media, and it wasn't. You didn't have social media. You didn't have access to celebrities like how you have. How you have with Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all types of different social media avenues. Back in the day, it was just really word of mouth, radio DJs, maybe an interview here and there. Magazines were very popular back then. So, and interviews was very popular back then. I mean, interviews still popular now, but not like how social media is. But anyway, so you really didn't have that much. You would have drama, celebrity drama with hearsay things, or people trying to insinuate things and things like that. So people really kind of making up things. So at this time, Whitney Houston, is the queen of pop, and Mariah Carey is coming along. So of course, people gonna be in her ear, oh, she wanna be like you, she trying to sound like you, and da 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 da. And both of them sound totally different. Whitney sing how Whitney sing, and Mariah Carey sing how Mariah Carey sing. So you know how people trying to put people against each other. They don't want to see two females, winning in the game. Look how Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and other celebrities and other females. They always try to put them against each other, but never the males. It's just really weird and crazy. So during this time, I feel as though Whitney Houston was trying to seem more edgy. So she went to it was a UK, she was at a UK show, some type of show, she in another country, and they was asking her, what does she think about Mariah Carey? And then she was like, I don't think of her. And I kind of get what she's saying, like she's not worried about Mariah Carey, but it came out very shady. And she knew what she was doing. But if I was Mariah Carey and I saw that, I would have. I would have took kind of offense to her. I wouldn't have paid her no mind, but I would have said, she's insecure. And honestly, I really don't believe that was how Whitney Houston really felt about Mariah Carey. I really feel that Whitney Houston was just trying to make herself seem more edgier and more like, trying to get street creds, in my opinion. If I was Mariah Carey, like I said, I would felt kind of slighted by that comment. So they would keep asking her like different interviews about, like during 1990, 1991, you would see they would ask her about Mariah Carey. And I think that's very shady. And I also wish Whitney Houston would have put a shutdown to those interview questions about Mariah Carey, because anybody, when you go on shows and interviews, you let them know what questions you want to be asked and don't want to be asked. So I would have told I would have told them I don't want to talk about Mariah Carey. If you're not going to say, oh yeah, she's a beautiful, talented, young lady. I want to see what she got to offer and things like that. Now, if you're not saying stuff like that, then you don't need to be talking about the person at all because it's going to come off as shady. So I believe both of them saw each other at maybe a few Hollywood parties because both of them were big time, divas at that time. And Mariah Carey was the brand new diva. So I believe they didn't really, have, true conversations. They might have just looked at each other or stared at each other at a party and kept it moving. But I believe, how God works in mysterious ways. God's timing is the perfect timing. Now, during the time of When You Believe, I believe both of them were very mature at that time in their life. They've been through a lot. Both of them been through bad relationships, allegedly, you know, being overexposed as a celebrity, just taking on the media, especially as a female artist, can be very hard. And I think both at this time in their life, both of them were very mature. They was at a mature moment. They were grown women now. So I believe it really was never a beef between them two. I believe, like I said, like how Hollywood will put people against each other. The media, but not social media back then, but the media will put people against each other, people in your ear, people, oh, she thinks she all that, oh, she don't like you. And you believed in the hype. And that's what I believe both of them did. They believed in the hype. Now, at this time, I believe both of them came together. I don't know if Babyface got them two together, but I know he produced the song When You Believe. And I believe both of them, they probably like, I don't have no beef with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we don't like each other? It's the media putting us against each other. And I believe that's how they really came to like each other and saw that they had a lot in common. And I believe after that project that you could tell they had a really good time in the studio. Both of them was not trying to oversing each other. They promoted that song very well. And they kind of used the media beef between them, the fake beef, and used it to their advantage, with the MTV Movie Awards and things like that, and it made the song really great song. It really, charted that song, to higher levels. People don't know the song When You Believe won an Oscar. It didn't win an Oscar for performance, but it won an Oscar for the songwriter. And the songwriter was not there. And I really wish the Oscars would have allowed Whitney and Mariah to present the award. To accept the award and, in favor of the songwriter, because the songwriter was not present at the award ceremony. And that would have been a great accomplishment. I know Whitney they didn't win the Oscar, but it's just a song they performed won the Oscar. You understand what I'm saying? So that would have been I really believe they kind of snubbed them. They did perform that year on the Oscars and did phenomenal. But I really wish they would have allowed them to accept the Oscar. Now, both divas, like I said, they went through a lot. But Mariah, in my opinion, that I know of, she didn't turn to drugs. Where Whitney Houston was playing with drugs all through her life. And by Mariah Carey not playing with drugs, she had more of a sound mind. And Mariah Carey took herself as an artist and as a celebrity serious, where Whitney Houston, wanted to fit in and say, try to keep it hood, due to, in my opinion, Bobby Brown and other people influences around her, that she didn't take herself serious. She was a humble person with Houston, but she didn't take herself serious as an artist, meaning her just things that she did and allowed to, things that she did and things she allowed to went on in her life, and just, her, some of her appearances, especially in later days of her addiction, she started to be out there and she started unraveling. Where Mariah Carey sometimes in her career unraveled, but she knew how to get it back. And, and she knew how to still keep making great music. Whitney still made great music, but Whitney Houston, she didn't stay true to herself. You understand? Some songs she stayed true to herself, but like her last album, you can tell she was kind of dated. I don't know if it was the music they picked, Clive Davis picked, or she picked. It just was not good music, in my opinion. Now, majority of some songs were good, but majority of the songs were very dated. When Mariah Carey, sometimes she tried to overdo, like, she tried to, what I want to say, like, she's trying to be too young or keep singing about songs that she shouldn't be singing about. Um, Also, I remember like during the when Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey was hosting the MTV Movie Awards. Both of them had kind of similar same gowns. Well, Mariah Carey gown had his own bodyguard, um, and its own vehicle. Like she really took her career and things around her serious. With Whitney Houston, they said Whitney Houston gown was balled up in a bag somewhere and wrinkled. That it needed to be pressed, steam pressed, and cleaned. That's how, like, you know what I'm saying? Mariah took herself serious. Whitney kind of didn't take herself serious. So, and I believe Whitney Houston did that because she did, being such the number one diva, having a perfect image and a perfect voice for years, that she just wanted to seem human. But it kind of backfired on her later during in her career because she kind of tore her own legacy down. Where Mariah Carey uphold her legacy, even though people might say, "Oh, she don't sound the same," or she ain't the same. Mariah Carey is still a boss diva. You gotta give it to her hands down. She was very smart. You could tell money wise, she was never hurting for money, and you could tell she is a very wealthy woman. I think in the love department, she kind of got snubbed in. Not really successful relationships. But, she has an iconic legacy. We know Whitney Houston's legacy is iconic and Whitney Houston is the number one diva. But Whitney Houston, it got too much for her. Where Mariah Carey is still strong enough to uphold her legacy and hold it together. And it's a beautiful legacy, especially musical wise. So, I mean, I am a fan of Mariah Carey. I became a fan of Mariah Carey when she had that Emancipated Mimi album. Oh my gosh, that's the best Mariah Carey album ever. That's when I became like a true Mariah Carey fan, that I really was a fan of her music. But personal wise, I'm still not a fan of, what I'm saying? Not to say it like that. I don't, I respect her as an iconic diva. But that's it. I'm not really into a person like, oh, what's she doing? I want to wish, what she's doing now. And that's not, I'm not a fan on that level. I'm just a fan of her music. Well, Whitney Houston, I'm a fan of everything with Whitney Houston. Her personal life, her professional life, and everything like that. Now, both Whitney and Mariah both love themselves some Kelly Price. Now, Kelly Price got her big start singing background for Mariah Carey in 1990. And then later on, became a songwriter and then become a solo artist herself. And then, recording a song with Whitney Houston, that was a rare thing to do. And that was an iconic thing to do. Her and Faith Evans with the Heartbreak Hotels, and Whitney always loved Kelly Price. And Mariah Carey also loved Kelly Price. So Kelly Price has a sweet space in both of the divas' heart. But like this video was putting them against each other. It was just letting you know that it really was no beef. It was just the media putting these two iconic divas against each other because they always want to put females against each other. And, at the end of the day, they were great friends. Oh, also a story. Probably like in 2000, what was that, 9 or 10? It was a party. It was a prince. I don't know. I forgot his name. He was on being Bobby Brown, and he was with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown at dinner. He loves all the celebrities. He loved Whitney Houston. And he had this big time party with Whitney Houston, Usher, a lot of celebrities. And this lady says she saw Whitney Houston at the party. Whitney Houston was sober, bright-eyed, and she was, but she said it was weird. She said Whitney Houston was off to herself, like just sitting by herself. Everybody else was partying. And she said she was just quiet, just sitting there. She said she kind of looked like she was over it, but she said she was just sitting there. And she said she came up to her and was like, "Miss Houston, can I just have 5 minutes of your time?" And she said, Whitney Houston said, "Oh, sure, honey." And she said she was talking to her and letting her know that how much she loved her and things like that. And she said Whitney Houston was just so humble and gracious. And then she said Whitney Houston said she was waiting for Mariah Carey. And she said she just was waiting for her. She just wanted to see her. And Mariah Carey showed up at the party, and Whitney Houston, sure enough, right there next to Mariah Carey. So they had, I think they had a deep bond by being number one divas, and knowing the pressure of, and just your life, because it's not your life no more. You know what I'm saying? When you become that famous, it's not your life no more, and you kind of lose touch with reality. But I believe both of them shared a common bond of that. So that's my video on Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Let me know in the comments down below. What is your favorite Mariah Carey song? And yeah, I'll be back. Bye. My favorite Mariah Carey song is Shake It Off.